The most elite of the elitist egg rolls. Truffalo chicken. Shredded smoked chicken. Mozzarella cheese. Scallions. Cream cheese. And the hotter truff sauce. Paper down, stuff it up. Roll that thing nice and tight, you know what I'm saying? Give them a bubble bath, perfect golden brown. Make it look pretty, plate and enjoy.
Protein cookie cereal. This recipe is perfect for people who don't like oats or don't like the texture. It has the same ingredients as your morning bowl of oatmeal, but it's literally a bowl of cookies. Who doesn't like cookies and milk?
How to make homemade Reese's Pieces? Because it's Halloween, treat yourself. So it's 1.5 tablespoons peanut butter, 1.5 tablespoons almond flour, pinch of salt, 1 tablespoon maple syrup, and that is it. You're welcome. The next thing you have to do is roll them into 10 little balls, and since they're normally covered in candy, we're just gonna stay lazy and only do chocolate chips. And that is...
Here's a recipe for a homemade breakfast Hot Pocket. Take 2 slices of bread and cut off the crust. Add in bacon, egg, and cheese. Place on the top and use a fork to press the edges. Sear in a pan on both sides with butter.
You have to try this 4-ingredient smoothie. All you need is 1 banana, a handful of pineapples, a 1.5 cups of unsweetened coconut milk, and some vanilla protein powder. Blend it all up, and I don't even know why I call this a smoothie. This honestly tastes more like a milkshake. I promise if you try...
Today I made these keto air-fried buffalo tenders. They're so good. Start with cutting up your chicken breast, and we're going to take a bag of pork skins and grind them up in a food processor or a blender like I did here. We're going to set that to the side and get our egg wash ready. We're going to do 2 eggs and then a splash of heavy whipping cream. Then we're going to dredge our chicken strips in the egg wash and then coat them as much as you can with the pork skins and then add them to the air fryer basket. Then we're going to place them into an air fryer for about 10 minutes or check the temp, and if the internal temp is 165, you should be good. They come out sizzling and super tender. Coat them in some buffalo sauce and enjoy with some homemade keto ranch.
Friends, let's get weird but stay delicious. You know the drill. Cut your bell pepper, devein. Take your goat cheese, spread it on half. Take your hummus, put it on the other half. Now this time we're going to take roasted eggplant and put it on the side with the hummus. And roasted squash and put it on the side with the goat cheese. Take your avocado, peel, and stick it on the side with the eggplant. Now just take your greens, shove them down in. You know the drill. Sprouts, microgreens, and...
Are you a crazy busy mama and you don't know what to make for dinner? Check this out. I got you. It's called sheet pan sausage. Line your sheet pan with aluminum foil. Preheat your oven to 425. All right, and this right here is a sausage. I'm gonna cut that up. Broccoli and potatoes. Rinse off those potatoes. Depending on the size of your potatoes, I like to quarter them. I'm gonna save on dishes tonight. Put it in a bag. We're gonna put some olive oil. Bagged broccoli. Gonna rinse this off. Put it in that bag too. Both broccoli and potatoes in one bag. Gonna cut up the sausage and we're gonna put it in that bag too. Sheet pan dinner and a 1-bag dinner. No dishes tonight. Okay, so I have it all in one bag and I'm gonna mix it around, get that olive oil all over. I'm gonna pour it out into the pan. Spread it out evenly. Going to use this amazing steakhouse seasoning. Just sprinkle it on. Garlic, cracked pepper. Gonna throw it in the preheated oven for 30 minutes. Timer set for 30. Sprinkled cheese. Dinner. Are you a crazy busy mama and you don't know what to make for dinner? Check this out. I got you. It's called sheet pan sausage. Line your sheet pan with aluminum foil. Preheat your oven to 425. All right, and this right here is a sausage. I'm gonna cut that up. Broccoli and potatoes. Rinse off those potatoes. Depending on the size of your potatoes, I like to quarter them. I'm gonna save on dishes tonight. Put it in a bag. We're gonna put some olive oil. Bagged broccoli. Gonna rinse this off. Put it in that bag too. Both broccoli and potatoes in one bag. Gonna cut up the sausage and we're gonna put it in that bag too. Sheet pan dinner and a 1-bag dinner. No dishes tonight. Okay, so I have it all in one bag and I'm gonna mix it around, get that olive oil all over. I'm gonna pour it out into the pan. Spread it out evenly. Going to use this amazing steakhouse seasoning. Just sprinkle it on. Garlic, cracked pepper. Gonna throw it in the preheated oven for 30 minutes. Timer set for 30. Sprinkled cheese.
Doka pizza, bacon and enjoy.
You guys like semi-homemade? I have got the best peach dessert for you. Today we're gonna make peach dump cake, and honestly, I don't know why anybody didn't tell me about dump cake before. This is the easiest baking hack ever. It's so delicious and 5 minutes to do. You're going to start by greasing a 9x13 baking dish. Now you're going to add 4 cups of freshly sliced peaches. You'll add cinnamon to your liking and a dash of vanilla extract, 1/3 cup of white sugar. Then you give it a good stir. You're ready for your yellow cake mix. Sprinkle it around, pour it over, however you do. You'll even it out, and then you're going to add 7 tablespoons of softened butter. Put it in the oven, 350. It'll look like this. Once it does golden brown, probably after 40 minutes, plate it, add homemade whipped cream. Easiest, most impressive summer day.
Howdy, today we're going to be turning this tuna into something fancy. So first you want to grab big tomatoes and carve out the top. Don't totally carve it out, but like maybe halfway or 3/4. So grab some tuna and then we're going to season the heck out of this. I add a little tartar sauce instead of mayo. It just tastes a little bit better. If I didn't mention it before, this is a low-carb recipe. Stuff these tomatoes and top with a slice of provolone cheese and broil for a couple minutes and voila.
Quick, easy lunch. Melt some cheese until the edges get nice and crispy. Add 2 eggs and add some seasoning. Then just fold it over. I like to stuff it with avocado and jalapenos.
All I got is bread going through my head when I go to bed. Bread, 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 bread. Scream, let's get this 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 bread. I scream, let's get this bread. Move like the Walking Dead. She want me to go to bed. I'd rather get bread instead. Count it while I'm asleep. In love with Sarah Lee. Let the bread set me free. Let the bread set me free.
1 can pumpkin. 1 packet instant vanilla pudding. 1 teaspoon pumpkin pie spice. Mix it! Fold in 1 packet of Cool Whip. Refrigerate for 1 hour. Dip with your favorite cookie.
Grilled romaine hearts? Let me change your life real quick. Stay tuned. First thing we're gonna do is cut our romaine hearts in half. Get ready. Got them cut in half. Step 2, get you a bottle of Danos. If you didn't already know, there's a vinaigrette recipe on the bottle. Check it out. Equal parts red wine and white wine vinegar. Also equal part olive oil. Add a little balsamic, because we love it. And screw the top off the Danos. Equal part Danos too. Mix it up. And there's your homemade Danos vinaigrette. Wait for it. Fill it with your vinaigrette, just like so. It's gonna hold it in there just like a boat. Just like so. We cooking, baby. We're ready to turn them, then we're gonna turn them again and wait till the end. Little balsamic glaze. Flip them one more time. Look at that. A little bit of Danos, balsamic glaze, and some Parmesan cheese.
Easy, low-calorie, high-protein chips in under 10 minutes. First off, get 2 low-calorie tortillas. These are 70 calories each and have 5 grams of protein. Next, you're going to go around your tortilla, cutting it out into chips. You can leave them this big or cut them a little smaller. I'm going to cut them. Once your tortilla is cut to how you like it, transfer to a bowl. Add a bit of olive oil spray just to coat them. Add a little bit of lime juice. Give that a toss. Add your tortillas to an air fryer at 380 degrees for about 10 minutes or until they're golden and crispy. Every few minutes, shake up your chips so that they cook evenly. Take your chips out after about 8 minutes. They'll look like this. Add some garlic powder, cilantro, a little bit of paprika. Great option to go with Chipotle.
French apple cake. This is the best apple dessert I have ever had. I was not expecting the flavors that came out of this, so I am telling you about it.
1 cup of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 2/3 cup sugar, 1/2 cup of melted butter, a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3 tablespoons of dark rum. You take 2 apples, you peel them, you core them, and then you cut them into 1/2-inch cubes. Fold. Grease a spring-form pan, but if you don't have one available, then you can use a regular cake pan. Then sprinkle 1 tablespoon of sugar on top. Take a knife and go around the edges to separate the cake from the pan.
What's up? I'm a vegan dietitian. Here's how I make my 4-ingredient chocolate peanut butter bars. Grab some bananas, the riper the better. This will give your bar a nice natural sweet taste. Add some rolled oats, this will be your source of energy. Then add some peanut butter, this will be your source of fat and protein, and add a lot of chocolate chips. Mix it all together and add it in a bread loaf pan. Add some extra chocolate chips on the top, honestly just cuz, and bake it for about 30 minutes. I've already made this twice this week. I am obsessed.
Here's a healthier, super easy to make, cheesy, crunchy, thin crust pizza using only 5 ingredients and basic spices under 20 minutes. Start with a chicken breast, add a little olive oil, salt, black pepper, garlic powder, paprika, mix well and cook on a hot pan for about 6 minutes, flip and cook for another 6. With a fork, pull your chicken apart into pieces like this and set aside. Touch of olive oil on your hot pan, add 1 whole wheat tortilla, give it a little spin and let it cook until crispy on the bottom like this. Then add a 1/3 cup or less of pasta or pizza sauce, spread evenly, then add your chicken and about a 1/4 cup of low-fat mozzarella cheese. Now add a dash of water to the side of your hot pan, cover for 1 minute. It's a little trick to cook and melt your cheese to perfection, and there you go. Enjoy.
Edible cookie dough.
1 cup of flour. Now we need to heat treat this flour because we're eating it raw to kill any bacteria that might be inside. So just pop this in the microwave for about 1.5 minutes. Now we need 1/2 cup of softened butter and 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and then 3 tablespoons of white sugar. Cream those together. Okay, now we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and then our flour. Now mix all that up and slowly add in 1.5 tablespoons of milk. Oh, this is looking so good. Okay, the last thing we gotta add is our chocolate chips. You're supposed to do 1/2 cup, but who really measures? Not me. Oh my gosh. Yes, please.
Oh, wow. This is the best.
Ah, what a true statement. Speaking of true statements, I think I just made the best wings on TikTok. And yes, I'm calling all you chefs out. I'm sorry, but these are just the best. Hashtag Team Kareem. Go with some baking powder, salt, and pepper. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder per pound. Toss those up to get them really coated. No oil is going to be used in this, by the way. And these are going to be so crispy. Line them up on a baking sheet. Throw it in the oven at 425 for around 35 minutes. Then flip and broil the last 5 minutes. For the sauce, melt some butter. Add a teaspoon of mayo, garlic powder, salt, and pepper, Costco bruschetta seasoning, some chili flake, and a 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan. If it gets too thick, just add a little bit of water. You want this to be a little bit thicker than mayo. That's the consistency we're going for. Once the wings are out, you can see how crispy they are. Go ahead and toss them with the sauce. You can also make these in the air fryer, link in my bio for an awesome one. That's the challenge, baby.
Cold outside, so we're making soup. Plus one of these green trees. I see a lot of people chuck out the stalk of the broccoli. It's full of flavour and full of nutrients. Butter in, plus a little bit of oil. Get your onions in, plus your celery and the broccoli stalks. Let that sweat down for about 5 to 10 minutes. Garlic. Now get your leeks in and your broccoli. Good pinch of salt and some pepper. Vegetable stock in. Finally, a couple bay leaves. Leave your soup to go for about 15 to 20 minutes. Finally, get some spinach in and just let that wilt.
Here's how I make this breakfast bowl in only 15 minutes. Cut up a sweet potato and add to a bowl. Add some avocado oil, mix it together. Then add some garlic powder, paprika, pepper, and salt. And mix it all together and add to your air fryer. Cook for about 12 minutes at 400 degrees, and then scramble some eggs, add some avocado, and make sure to follow.
Shepherd's pie is one of my favorite fall meals. Grab your potatoes and peel them, boil them, and mash them up really well until they're nice and smooth, mixing them with sour cream, heavy whipping cream, and butter. To make your meat filling, saute your onions, carrots, and garlic, add in your ground beef, some salt and pepper, your thawed frozen peas, 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, 1 teaspoon of Worcester sauce, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, and 1 teaspoon of rosemary. Add in 1/2 cup of chicken or beef stock, 1 bay leaf. Cover and let simmer on low for 10 to 15 minutes until it becomes nice and thick like this. Arrange it at the bottom of your Dutch oven or skillet, topping with the mashed potatoes, and baking at 350 for about 30 minutes until it becomes gorgeous, bubbling, and brown. Enjoy!
Hey guys, today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. So instead of just doing my standard cakes, we're going to be making cake pops. Once your cake is broken down into crumbs, you're going to add about 1/2 cup to a cup of frosting and then mix it till you get the consistency to where you can form a ball like this. Then you're going to melt some white chocolate and then dip the tip of the stick into the chocolate and then into your cake balls. You're going to want to wait till the chocolate on top has completely hardened. This takes about 5 to 10 minutes, and once it's all dry, you're going to dip the whole cake pop into your chocolate and then scrape off any excess and put on parchment paper to dry. Cake pops are the perfect dessert for any event or party, and I'm actually making these for an event that's happening today. I'm kind of sad because I'm not going to be able to be there because of my full-time job, but hopefully one day I'll be able to do this full-time, so I'm just going to keep on working until I get there. Hope you guys like it.
Today we're making champagne and honey black cod. It's a super easy dish that tastes like something you'd get at a fancy restaurant. Pour out some champagne, cut some butter, melt it and boil your champagne with mirin and a pinch of salt. Add some flour, but make sure you use a large enough pot so you don't burn your house down. Whoops. Get yourself a gorgeous piece of black cod and cut it into pieces. Slice some green onions into 2-inch pieces and get your Hello Kitty soy sauce with extra Hello Kitty. If you don't have this, it's just not going to taste as good, sorry. Brush your cod with the soy sauce, put it on top of the green onions, then roast for 15 minutes at 356 degrees. Add a bit of honey, add a bit of fire, and serve on a bed of baby mixed greens. If you want to bring Michelin star cooking into your home, this is a great entry dish. It's soft, buttery, takes like 30 minutes to make, and it's ridiculously easy.
Hey everyone, it's Ariana, and I just realized my culinary idol, Chef Gordon Ramsay, followed me on
Ariana,
TikTok.
do you know what you're doing now?
Yes, Chef!
Let's go.
Yes, Chef! When I was 12 years old, I had the life-changing opportunity to learn from Chef Ramsay on season 6 of MasterChef Junior, and to celebrate this very exciting moment, I decided to recreate his notoriously difficult signature dish, the beef Wellington. Chef Ramsay, if you're watching this, it would mean the world to me if you reacted to this video and let me know how I did. Step 1 is to season a filet mignon steak with salt and pepper and then sear it in the pan, which is the first layer of flavor. Then you make the mushroom duxelle, which is basically blended up mushrooms that you saute to get rid of all the water. To start assembling the Wellington, we add a layer of Parma ham on top of a sheet of plastic wrap, then we add the duxelle, and then the steak using the plastic to wrap it tightly and refrigerate for 20 minutes. Then I brushed the layer of puff pastry with egg wash to help it stick, wrapped the beef Wellington in the puff pastry, and then scored it and sprinkled it with a little bit of sea salt. The welly bakes at 200 degrees Celsius for about 25 minutes and then rests for 10. Finish with the red wine reduction sauce, and Chef, I hope I made you proud.
So I toughed it out in the cold just so I could use my Blackstone tonight. I don't know why, but everything I cook on here tastes so much better than when I cook it in the house. And yes, I'm wearing gloves. It was really cold, but luckily my Blackstone and my drink warmed me up pretty quick. We are making some chicken quesadillas tonight, and seriously, these turned out so good. I threw in some red bell pepper, onions, jalapenos, chicken, and just because I had the room, I threw on some bacon. I've never done this before, but you can actually cut directly on the griddle, which was kind of fun. For my tortilla, I'm using a kibosh crust. You guys know I love their stuff. They use really good ingredients and they taste great. This one is the Mexi zucchini, so I cooked it a little bit on one side and then flipped it over and stuffed it with everything else. You guys have got to try these, and as always, be sure to hit that follow button for more easy recipes.
Have you ever made 90-second bread? Well, it's about time you start. This stuff is so simple, it's delicious, it works really well. Microwave a tablespoon of butter, then add 3 tablespoons of almond flour, a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and an egg. Mix together. Now you're gonna microwave it for 90 seconds. That's it, 90 seconds. Pull it out and you've got yourself some bread. It's kind of like an English muffin, so cut it in half. Then you can use it as grilled cheese, you can use it for a sandwich, let it cool. I'm telling you, it's delicious.